Well, good afternoon. I know mostly everyone in the room, but I'm Mike Benner, Public Information Manager for the Portland Police Bureau. I want to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon to discuss these high-visibility traffic missions that we will be conducting over the course of the next 4 nights. And I want to start by highlighting the fact that this is not the Portland Police Bureau working alone, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to invite everyone out today. PPB is partnering with the Metropolitan Traffic Enforcement Collaboration, the Metropolitan Area Traffic Enforcement Collaboration, also known as MATEC, and that consists of approximately 24 agencies from across the metro area. You see some of them here behind me. We have Lake Oswego Police, the Washington County Sheriff's Office, Gresham Police, OSP, and so many others who aren't here right now. And all of these agencies over the course of the next 4 nights will be working to keep all road users safe this holiday weekend. Speaking of that, beginning tonight and running through Monday night, which of course is St. Patrick's Day, law enforcement partners will be conducting these high visibility missions to reduce fatal and serious injury crashes. We'll be focusing on the solid enforcement priorities. In other words, we're talking about speed, occupant safety, lane usage, impaired driving, and distracted driving. And this is not the first time we've done this. We actually have gotten together numerous times and done this sort of work. Specifically, I want to reference the work that we did together at this time last year over the St. Patrick's holiday weekend. I want to share some stats from that collaboration and that joint work. All of us together, 1,600 traffic stops, 950 citations, and 75 arrests for infractions like speeding, impaired driving, and distracted driving. We have several speakers for you this afternoon. We'll be hearing from Dylan Rivera from PBOT, Lieutenant Logan Denny from OSP, but we were going to start with Officer Chase Fullington from the Portland Police Bureau. Officer.
Hello, I'm Officer Chase Fullington. That's ChaseFullington. I'm a collision reconstructionist and lead investigator for the Portland Police Bureau's major crash team. And as you all know, we're entering the St. Patrick's Day holiday weekend. And with that, there are multiple events happening in the Portland metro area, with the big ones being the Shamrock Run and the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday. It's no surprise that during holiday weekends comes alcohol and drug use. And so that's why starting this evening and throughout the weekend, there'll be a significant law enforcement presence in the Portland metro area, specifically targeting removing impaired drivers from our roadways. This will include officers on motorcycles, in marked police vehicles, and unmarked police vehicles. You might be interested, well, what are these law enforcement professionals working this mission targeting? And we use the acronym SOLID, which Mike alluded to. Speed, occupant safety, which primarily focuses on seatbelt use, lanes, that's drivers staying within their lanes, impairment, and distracted driving. And our ultimate goal this weekend is preventing life-altering and fatal crashes. We've had a record high in fatal crashes in the past few years in the Portland area. In the city of Portland alone, we had 75 traffic fatalities in 2023, 66 traffic fatalities in 2024, and last night the city of Portland had its 6th traffic fatality for 2025. The biggest factors that we see in the major crash team that are factors in these crashes are impairment, that's either alcohol, drugs, or a combination of both, speed, and failure to use seatbelts. I've been to over 125 fatal crashes in my time on the major crash team, and the hardest part for me is the very end of the call out. It's after the scene's been imaged, it's after the evidence has been collected, after the vehicles have been towed, and after the person that died in the crash has been taken by the medical examiner. It's when I have to go to the residence where the person lived and tell their loved ones that they're not coming home. And the sad thing about it is that these crashes are entirely preventable. There are multiple ways to get from point A to B safely, not just during this enforcement period, but any day of the year. That's choosing a designated driver and establishing them before you go out, using public transit and rideshare and taxi services. Please also be advised that it is forecasted to rain this weekend, and this will limit roadway visibility, and that increases the time it takes for a driver to perceive and react to a hazard in the roadway. Please give yourself additional time to get where you're going so you're not in a rush. I hope that all of you who plan on going out and celebrating have a great time. And as always, I want you to know that your first responders here in the Portland metro area are just a phone call away if you need us. Thanks for your time.
Good afternoon. My name is Lieutenant Logan Denny. Logan is spelled Logan, Denny, Denney. Your Oregon State Police is proud to be part of this partnership and support the MATEC collaboration, working closely with PPB, Washington County, Clackamas, and Multnomah. We are thankful to be a part of the Tri-County area and support. We believe that traffic safety is a key to safeguarding life, and that is a part of our mission in safeguarding the life of Oregonians. Some things we want to remind you about this weekend. On top of the weather that could be happening here in the metro area, we know many of our residents do travel up to the ski slopes. There's going to be a significant weather event as it relates to snow on the ski slopes, and so we'd ask you to carry chains, have snow traction tires, and be prepared for delays. Work and trip check as much as possible, and if you do need a trooper, dial *677, and we will be out there to support, and also 911 is another great way to get a hold of us, okay? Star OSP is the way to get a hold of a trooper. We will have troopers here in the metro area. We are here again enforcing the same Fatal 5 as all of these other agencies are. We are proud to be a part of this collaboration and here to support. When it comes to impaired driving, the thing we want folks to think about, if you feel different, you're going to drive different. Different substances do impair the body, and we want folks to be safe. There is plenty of rideshare and plenty of opportunity to get around the metro area and get there safely. Have a safe weekend, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Dylan Rivera, D-Y-L-A-N, Rivera, R-I-V-E-R-A, spokesperson for the City of Portland Bureau of Transportation, PBOT. Thanks everyone for being here, and thank you to the Portland Police Bureau for having us and the other law enforcement partners for your work this weekend. PBOT is the city's sort of convener of conversations and leader on Vision Zero, which is our goal of ending traffic deaths and serious injuries. So we work closely with enforcement partners like Portland Police, with other first responders like fire and rescue, and community groups as well. This weekend, we're working with our rideshare partners, Uber and Lyft, as well as the taxi companies, to provide discounts so everyone can get a safe ride home this holiday weekend. Our Safe Ride Home program is funded by fees that we collect from the Uber and Lyft fares and other related fees. With the Safe Ride Home program, it's in effect from tonight, March 14th, through Monday, March 17th, 6 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. We're offering $20 off a taxi ride or $10 off an Uber or Lyft ride. And that's available tonight through Monday night until 2:30 a.m. Rides have to start in the city of Portland, but then they can go wherever you need to go in the metro area. As well, in addition to the Safe Ride Home program, Portland Streetcar and TriMet offer safe rides year-round and good options for everyone to consider as well. Please plan ahead. If you know you're going to be consuming alcohol or other drugs as you celebrate through the holiday, plan ahead so you and your family can have a safe ride home. Let's plan ahead so you can get home safe and your neighbors as well. PBOT staff distributed 106 of these flyers at bars across the city, and these flyers have a QR code that'll take you right to the website where you can find the discount code for Uber or Lyft. We've got lots of coupons for taxi rides. Those are available at the Kells Festival downtown and at the Patty's Festival as well. You just find an employee there and ask them about the Safe Ride Home taxi coupons, and they'll set you up with one of those. The officer was right. We had a record number of traffic deaths in recent years. But what goes up can go down. In 2024, we actually had the first drop in traffic fatalities, 16% on the PBOT numbers of traffic fatalities compared to the year before. We can reduce the incidence of fatal and serious injury crashes Every weekend, we can make a difference if we get a safe ride home. Follow the law, look out for people biking and walking, and don't drive while you're impaired. Thank you.
Before we open up to questions and answers, I just want to highlight a point that Officer Fullington made, and he pointed to last night's fatal crash in Portland, which was our 6th this year. The major crash team, which is our team that responds to all serious or fatal crashes, has now responded to 8 total crashes this year. So the 6 fatals and then 2 other very serious ones. And of those 8, intoxicants are believed to be involved in 3 of those 8. So it's a sign and an indication that the work that these men and women will be doing this weekend is incredibly important. With that, we can open up to questions and answers, and we'll do our best to figure out who that should go to. So go ahead. Anyone?
There are several events happening, as you mentioned, the St. Patrick's Day stuff too. Can you touch on the security measures regarding that?
Security measures regarding like events itself?
Yeah, the St. Patrick's Day race.
Sure. I know that a lot of the businesses and bars in downtown Portland specifically have private security, so I can only imagine that those folks will be available. But we'll have our routine patrols through downtown Portland. That's outside of the folks that we see behind us. But we'll have our entertainment detail out in Old Town. We'll have our regular patrols that we would see on a Friday night. But in addition to that, I'm sure you'll be seeing security that is hired, private security, by some of the businesses in town.
We mentioned the bike and the different cars that are involved in this. How are foot patrols being incorporated as well?
Foot patrols. I'm not aware of any foot patrols tonight, Spencer. I think a lot of the our response will be our patrols through downtown. We have bike squad that's out on a Friday night. We have the entertainment detail. So beyond that, it's a routine night.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, in years past for St. Patrick's Day, I believe OSP's provided a mobile unit to process people and to do breathalyzer. Is that going to be utilized in the metro this year?
Yes, so we do have a process to utilize a mobile we do have a process to do mobile intoxilizer with individuals who are cooperative and want to cooperate in that type of process. And again, it's the same type of intoxilizer they would do at a jail or a police site, but that will be available throughout the metro as part of our system. That's not for folks who are just wanting to test their breath. It's for the sake of enforcement action. So.
And how big of a factor is it to have that additional resource?
It's very valuable in a sense of it does speed up investigation process, and it puts more troopers, officers back on the road. And it's also a big assistance, especially to other agencies who may want to use that as well. Thank you.
Are there any other things that you guys have learned, in years past? Like, what did you learn last year that you'll be utilizing this year? What makes this year so different? You kind of get where I'm coming from.
As far as this operation,
Yeah.
Lieutenant, can you talk about what we might have learned in years past, or the successes or lessons?
Sure. I think our PBOT partners have touched really well on this. I think we are seeing a fatal reduction that is consistent, even statewide. Preliminary data is showing that. And I think it's because of missions like these, and it's not just one agency, it's all agencies. And it's also the community deciding that they're going to make the right choice and the right decision when they're out there. They're not going to be on their cell phone, they're not going to be driving impaired, they're going to pay attention to their lane safety, and speed is often one of the most #1 indicators. So just slowing down often takes care of the problem, especially in bad winter weather that we have. So these missions do make a difference, and from the information we got from last year, we have actually added more agencies. I can tell you on the Washington State side, so in Vancouver PD is going to be out. Washington State Patrol is also going to be out, and they are part of this as well. So it is a giant metro area opportunity, and I think each one of these is an opportunity for us to support the metro area and being safe throughout these holiday processes.
Does the calendar weigh in to this at all? We've got St. Patrick's Day on a Monday, which really then elongates the holiday period to a whole weekend. Does that make it more concerning? Are you more concentrated tonight than you would be on Monday? I'm just trying to get a sense of how the calendar plays into this.
Personally, and I think from our standpoint, the entire weekend is important to us. We will be focusing on the holiday period on the 17th, but this entire weekend period we will be doing that because we know lots of folks like to come into the metro area and partake and be a part of the events that are going on here. So we'll be here all weekend. Thank you.
Anyone else?
This is
talk about the Sunday Parkway and all that and how it's expanding and going into downtown?
Yeah, can we do that outside? We can do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can, yeah, unrelated. Yeah, no,
Anything else, though?
Make sure we're just making good use of their time.
Anyone else? Yeah, we do want to get them on the road, so, okay. Thank you guys very much for coming. It really does boil down to common sense. Don't drink and drive. If you are going to drink or ingest any sort of intoxicant, get somebody who hasn't, or call that rideshare. That's a great, coupon, and call a taxi. TriMet also, I think we need to mention, if we haven't already, that TriMet is running. They're out there, whether it's the Max, whether it's the bus. Use it, be kind to the operators, and everyone have a great, safe weekend. Thank you for coming.
I saw you